Okay, so I decided to showcase how to install Openpilot on Ubuntu. I've seen some people on Discord have a bit of trouble, so maybe you can see what to expect on terminal and things like that. So yeah, this is a completely fresh Ubuntu virtual machine. Just ran the installer, did the minimal installation, so nothing special really. So let's first clone the Openpilot repo, and then we'll install the whole development environment. Okay, let's see. So hopefully the internet works well, but yeah, let's do git clone. And just to optimize things a little bit, we'll do branch master and F1. You don't need to do this, but I'm gonna do it so that things will go a bit faster. So I'm only gonna clone one branch and I'm not gonna take the whole history. So that's gonna make things a bit faster. I have to install git apparently. So let's do that. Yeah, this is a completely fresh Ubuntu, so it has nothing. You do have to ensure you're running 2004 though. This process, at least on the current Openpilot version, only works on 2004. So okay, now we can clone it. So this is gonna take a few minutes. It needs to download some stuff, so we can monitor how it does with the system monitor, I guess. But there really isn't a whole lot to do right now. We just have to wait for the download to complete. And yeah, while these arguments help with the download, it's still like gonna be like 50 megabytes. So if you're watching this as a video, you can probably skip for a few minutes ahead. But yeah, this is running on a virtual machine. In general, I'd recommend you use dual boot instead. In order to have more available RAM. So I have 16 gigabytes on my machine, 16 gigabytes on my main machine, but obviously Windows takes some, so I can just say that the virtual machine gets 16 gigabytes, so I just gave it 8. So yeah, dual boot helps with that, for example, and it also ensures the GPU work. For example, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get the simulator to work on this. I'm not even gonna try, I think so. I mean, just run a dual boot, but for the install process it should really be the same. So for building Openpilot, running UI, that should hopefully all work the same. And you can see how things look on terminal, so that's nice. Okay, it's working pretty well, I guess 70% done. Let's do some multitasking actually, and let's also do apt update in the meanwhile while we're waiting. So let's make this window a bit smaller. I don't think we need that much size. And let's do sudo apt update. We'd have to do this anyway within one script that we're running from Openpilot, but if I do things in parallel, it's gonna be a little bit faster potentially. Oh, wow, that was fast. Let's upgrade then. So this is also gonna take a while. So yeah, Openpilot is installed. Let's take a look at this while the upgrade is going on. So this is kind of the directory structure in Openpilot. We can like look at the releases.md. We can see that we are currently developing 088. I guess Comma is developing 088. Yeah, Comma 3 just came out if you're watching the video long in the future. So Jay Young is apparently merging a lot of cars, like what, half of the cars is just him, so MQB architecture is awesome, I guess. Yeah, we have to wait for another few minutes for the apt upgrade to finish its job, and then we'll go to the tools folder where we are waiting to run Ubuntu setup, but Ubuntu setup will kind of do the update and upgrade as well, so that's why I ran it earlier, so it's a bit quicker. For example, if I cat it, you can see that Ubuntu setup would also do this at the beginning, but then we'll also install a lot of libraries that we'll have to wait for. Wait, why do we need Vim? No idea. Oh well. Okay, so we'll just keep on waiting for a bit. Oh yeah, if you're running Mac, you can also do Mac setup.sh. That also works. Oh, did I only put one CPU core on the machine? That's gonna be a slow VM, I think. Maybe I'll fix that actually before. That's not good, I guess. This install process is gonna be slow. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if it matters. The CPU doesn't even care apparently. Oh wait, it does care. Bit. It's fine. It's not ideal, but it's really not. It's not a big problem, so we should be good. Wait, why isn't apt smarter? It isn't even using any network. It could like install stuff while it was downloading other stuff in the meanwhile. Okay, I think after this finishes, I'll restart the virtual machine and then give it more cores so that the rest of the things will go a bit faster, maybe. I'm still deciding whether to do that or not. Yeah, let's do that. I think it will go a bit faster. I mean, CPU isn't at 100 all the time, but like it's so close for a lot of time. This pesky bug again. That's fine. Let's just change the resolution of the display. This might happen a few times during the video, but that's what you get when you run stuff on virtual machines, I guess. Oh, it's almost done. That's nice. Okay, so now that it's getting close to the end, I'm gonna shut off the virtual machine, and I'm gonna give it more cores because like one core is not enough. So let's shut this down, and I'll be back, and then we can move forward with the Openpilot part of the setup. Okay, so I didn't do really anything, just rebooted the virtual machine and added a bit more cores. So let's proceed now. We have the Openpilot folder, which works fine. The submodules don't work, but that's fine. We're running master, and we only checked out the last commit, so we don't have any history. That's what those arguments did at the beginning. So let's go into tools, and let's run ubuntu setup.sh. So this will install all of the libraries you need for Openpilot. So this is kind of the UI stuff and neural networks and some other stuff like that. And then it also installs Python and all of the libraries we need there. So yeah, this is another waiting for internet type of thing. So you can probably skip like apparently 4 minutes 30 into the future, because I don't expect anything interesting to happen soon. So yeah. I guess we just have to wait a bit longer and deal with some other stuff in between. Okay, I guess the things were downloaded. Now they're getting installed in a way. So yeah, this should be about a minute, I think. Not sure, I haven't done this in a while. Okay, looks like it's finishing up. So, I guess not that quickly. So now it's gonna, after it finishes that, it's gonna install Python 3.8.5, I think, and then install every pip library. So there's gonna be more downloading to do. Okay, I guess there's some other stuff to do in between. The repository is set up. You can now install packages. Okay, that's interesting. Git LFS, of course. We need that. Okay, so yeah, now it's downloading LFS. It's giving me some warnings, but that's actually fine because we're gonna run another script that's gonna clear all of those. That's gonna deal with those stuff. Otherwise, you can actually just do what it says on the screen. So these comments, you can do that, or there is like another script in Openpilot that will do that for you, so that you don't have to deal with it. But yeah, it's downloading LFS objects apparently. Maybe Python comes a bit later. This is like the model code, so neural networks are kind of big, and then driver monitoring network and things like that, so it just takes a bit of time. Okay, now it's dealing with submodules. And now we are on the Python part, which is another thing that will take a while, but yeah, I think you can skip for a bit. Okay, now it's installing Python library, so this is also gonna take apparently about a minute, though I think it's a bit optimistic because PyTorch takes a while, for example, I think. Moją tak. Looks like it's gonna finish soon. And this timer is kind of a bit optimistic, I guess. Okay, now we're done. So let's now ignore their instruction and just go to Openpilot and run update requirements.sh. Okay, I guess we have to run this then. Apparently you don't have PyEMV for some reason, but oh well. Okay, let's install that. What? Okay, that's interesting. So I guess we have to do a bit of debugging. Let's see if we just have to reset bash and then hopefully this will work. Oh, now it works. Okay. So we had to restart the bash window and now it's working fine. Or maybe the thing we did on top helped, I'm not sure. Okay, so this should all work. Let's run this again just for sure. Where is the eval bash? Doesn't exist, that's fine. And let's see what we're at now. So let's see git status. Okay, that seems good. We have Leica folder, which is nice. We have the serial. So now if we go to UI, we can see that we can technically run UI, but it's not going to do anything because we haven't built the Openpilot yet. So to build Openpilot, we just run scons and then -j and decide number of processes. Now I have 10 cores, so I'll just give it all of them. So this will also take a bit of time, about 3 minutes I think. On Comma 2 it takes like 20, but obviously PCs are a lot faster at compiling. Like you can see how fast this is. Like if you've ever done this on a Comma 2, this takes forever. Like you can make a coffee and then let it cool down and drink it, and it's still gonna be faster than running scons. So, but on PC it's reasonable. But you can see how it can use like all of the cores. So if you have more, this is gonna go even faster. And then if you go work at Comma, you're gonna find the computers with like 48 cores or like 48 threads, and then it really goes quickly. So yeah, if you can get scons to work, you're in a pretty good state, I'd say. But yeah, this is gonna take 2 to 3 minutes, so I can see it's already building UI, so it's actually almost done, I think. Well, it obviously has to build like the longitudinal MPC, that takes forever, and lateral MPC also takes forever. Oh look, we have maps now, that's cool. Maybe I'll also set up maps just for fun. Maybe I should log into Mapbox and then you can see how maps look like. because people don't really share too much on comma frees. But yeah, let's do maps as well, just for fun, just to see a bit of maybe some basics of how Openpilot works, or maybe we can do that later in another video. Might be a better idea. Okay, so we're done. So we can now go to UI and actually run the Openpilot UI. So that's it. We've built Openpilot successfully. We have the UI. We can see our dongle ID that doesn't exist because we're on a PC. We can review the training guide if you really. Oh well, I guess training the guide doesn't really work on PC or something. We can reboot our PC. I think that button is also disabled. Fortunately, you can like mess with your networks. Like, okay, maybe network manager isn't the best on virtual machine, but it should otherwise work, I think. Then we got like toggles. You can enable Openpilot. This should all work. You can see the version. You can check for update, though this doesn't do a lot. And then you've got navigation, but you need connect. But you need like Prime, which we don't have right now. So yeah, that's kind of like seeing that Openpilot works. You can also run on Logger now, or run the plot juggler, or anything you want. So yeah, that was the whole procedure. It took about half an hour. It should run much faster if you have better internet connection. So yeah, I hope that was useful. And put questions in comments, I guess. But yeah, do dual boot. Don't use a virtual machine. This is like slow. So yeah.